In 2018, I was on my way to the north side to work with a dad and work with his children and help restore the relationship with him and his mom. And the Creator said, nope, I need you to go back into your office and I need you to go and watch your film. And man, I knew exactly what he was talking about because I've been avoiding it. Because I was robbing my children and my wife and everybody of an experience. And what that was is when I no longer could play football, I stopped watching it. When I wasn't going pro, I'd stop being associated with it. And what they didn't know is in 95, I lost my starting position. And I was supposed to go watch my film with the rest of the team, but I said I had an injury. So I went with the trainer. So while the rest of the team was watching the film, I was in the training room. Because I didn't want to hear what the coach had to say. And at that moment, I lost my starting position, and it took me 20 years to watch that film. I didn't want to watch it. When I played, there's no YouTube. So I'm like, man, how do I watch this film? He said, yeah, I got you. Go in there, turn on YouTube. And don't you know somebody uploaded that joker to YouTube? I'm talking about 1995. When I was in school, they was just teaching us to work on the computers, the internet. But in 2018, I'm not talking about 20 years ago. I'm just talking about a few years ago, where I had to go back in my office and start watching that game film. Watch every play from beginning to end. Why? Because I was running from something. And my question to you again is, what film are you refusing to watch? Because we can stay busy. I don't have to watch my film. We can just stay busy, just being busy and helping other people. We don't have to deal with ours. It's easy, especially in the space that we are in. Because we get motivated, we are fulfilled when we are serving other people, but a lot of times we neglect ourselves. So my thing is, I want you to take on the notion. I want you to begin to say, I'm going to be committed to watch my film. It's important for you to watch your film. Let me ask you a question that I would like to hear from you. Because you could start we are all fire starters. And we could start a fire. My father started a fire in me, but it was like one of them strange fires. It was one of them fires that was birthed out of pain. Right? It was birthed out of pain. And so anything that came in my way was getting burnt up, especially if it was another man who was trying to give me insight and wisdom. I didn't want to hear it. Because you reminded me of my father. Nick Saban, when I was playing under him, when he told me, when he first came to Michigan State, that I was too small. Because he came out of the NFL and he wanted bigger DBs, but when we had our one-on-one, he said, Shon, you too small, I want you to play another position. He didn't know that I was already triggered from my daddy telling me I was too small. So it was a fire already brewing. And so I made a commitment never to start a strange fire with my own children. And I want to ask you, what type of fires are you starting? And so my question is, when you see your clients, when you see your members, when you see the people you serve, what do you see? Help me. What do you see? When you look at them, I would like to hear from you. When you see your clients, what do you see? And I don't know what you call them, community, what do you see? We can get caught up in all of the political stuff and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, race matters. But at the end of the day, we human. And we have the same issues. We have the same issues. And we go into these places and we see these things. And some of the most difficult challenges for us is because we want to fix it. We want them to get it. And guess what? We give them all of these strategies. How many people give out strategies and, like, hey, do this and then do that? Let's be honest. How many people give them strategies? Right? You want them to get it. And what I learned is that I get more frustrated, or I used to get frustrated when I'm giving them all of these strategies and it's not working. And the biggest lesson I learned is when I used to coach football. I coached at this Catholic school in Pontiac. And when I took on the job, I'm like, man, I'm going to get these boys working. And I taught them all of these drills. And I would leave frustrated. And I come back the next day and I'm giving them some more drills. Still frustrated, until one of the coaches came to me. He said, Shon, you talking about these kids that they frustrating you and that they can't do this and they can't do that. What if I tell you that you are the problem? And I'm like, what? He said, Shon, you had a natural ability to run fast and to jump and to move and do what you do. And you putting that same expectation on them, and they don't even have that ability. So you have to become a better coach to coach them.